Marvel has been doing some great things lately with their movies. Most of them have been at least decent films honoring their source material and also doing new things. That being said, Marvel has really been pissing me off lately with what they've been doing with all their comics. Marvel has been creating, and I use that word very lightly in this case, many new, and again I use the word very lightly in this case, characters lately. Essentially, since the creation of Miles Morales' Spider-Man, a character that I actually like a lot, Marvel has been spitting out all new versions of their old characters, just with a more diverse, Tumblr-approved variations, just to sell comics, in a turn-and-burn manner. Here are some examples. Female Thor, Asian Hulk, Middle Eastern Miss Marvel, African American Captain America, Girl African American Captain America, African American Spider-Man, Female Wolverine, Young X-Men, Gwen Stacy as Spider-Man, Female Tumblr Deadpool, Hispanic Ghost Rider, 15-year-old female African American Iron Man, Moon Girl, Female Hawkeye, Kid Nova, Female Iron Patriot, Old Man Wolverine, African American Nick Fury. The list goes on and on. But the point is, most of these characters are completely pointless carbon copies with only a few differences that are created simply for sales. And the ones that have warrant are pretty much still only for sales. But this comes at a high cost to the old characters we have grown to love for the past 50 plus years. If you're wondering what happened to the old characters from the past, you know, the one that Marvel makes billions of dollars on, the ones that people actually care about, well, most of their futures are looking pretty grim as of late. I'll go down the list. Thor lost his powers because of reasons Marvel hasn't yet explained, and he is now not worthy of his hammer. Bruce Banner was killed by a very out-of-character Hawkeye. Captain Marvel has been killed yet again. Captain America has become old. Spider-Man is now rich. Wolverine was turned into a statue. Most of the main X-Men were killed to make room for the much inferior Inhumans. Ghost Riders rode off into the sun, never to be seen again. Tony Stark became an AI Jarvis thing. Moon Boy was killed. Hawkeye was so horribly mischaracterized that he became a Tumblr hippie. War Machine was killed. Nick Fury became the Watcher and was replaced by his son, Sam Jackson Nick Fury. And those are the characters Marvel just wanted to remake to diversify for money. Marvel can't even give us a respectful or story-driven reason to get rid of these characters en masse. They just do it for quick turn-and-burn sales, not for the fans. But you may be saying, what do these bafflingly stupid and obvious marketing ploys have to do to help Marvel's sales? That's an easy question to answer. It gets shit news companies like Polygon or IGN to make clickbait articles on it, causing sales of these titles to go through the roof. But for many of these, sales fade faster than Marvel's remaining original cast. This causes them to need an all-new, all-different form of shock value. Like the shockingly bad idea to make Spider-Woman become pregnant, but still fight crime because she's a strong woman. Well, any smart woman would not fight crime while being pregnant, and arguably not fight crime when she has small kids. But no shit, Marvel wouldn't kill a pregnant woman. So what does it matter? We already knew how those stories were gonna end. Now there is no fear that character will die, making the comic pointless and unreadable. Let's get into perhaps Marvel's most embarrassing and petty cast change. Marvel ceased to publish the Fantastic Four and has scarcely featured any of their characters since. It is no secret that Marvel hates that they hawked off a lot of their movie rights in the early 2000s. And with the recent Fantastic movie, Marvel did not want Fox to make money because of their comics, so they simply canceled the book to distance themselves from the property. To me, this is really sad. The Fantastic Four has always been one of the main Marvel properties, and there's a reason Marvel is around today, as the Fantastic Four started the Marvel Age of Comics in the 60s. But hey, Marvel can't give Fox the very slight advertising, so why not just be a petty-ass company and stop publication of the book altogether? But at least Marvel brings some characters back, right? Don't worry, not every character can stay gone forever, so when the story calls for it, they can just toss the characters back in, often as a shell of what they used to be. Let's start with Thor. The still non-worthy Thor has returned, now as a mopey alcoholic that will do anything for his hammer back. But luckily, Marvel tossed the recently retconned Ultimate Thor's hammer in the real Marvel universe so he can find it and play backseat to Thor's old girlfriend, who happens to be the only other person in the entire cosmos worthy of holding the original Thor hammer. Honestly, this book is okay, but makes me miss the old Thor even more. It also is a translucent bid for sales. Speaking of bringing back characters for sales, Steve Steve Rogers is now back, and it turns out he's been a Hydra sleeper agent since the 1920s when he was a boy. I read the book, and honestly, with every issue that went on, it just got even more contrived and even more cringy. Wolverine is back. Oh, not that Wolverine, just Old Man Wolverine from another universe sent to bring Marvel sales figures. Finally, not even Spider-Man's fucking clone could stay dead, even though he has plenty of other clones and shit. Social justice has gone way too far. That being said, social justice warriors have bitched and complained so much. They beat down so many Trump supporters that I wonder if they actually practice what they preach. Anyway, my point is social justice warriors, be it against Trump for extreme feminism, or if they just get triggered at the first sign of what they perceive as not PC, will attack anything. Big corporations have it worse than most, and it often comes down to two options for them. Be attacked and be targets of boycotts, or join the movement. Marvel chose to join the social justice madness, as evident by the following pictures. This also likely comes down to sales and dollar signs more than anything else. Reboots, relaunches, and rebrandings have two purposes in the comic world: to fix a contrived and confusing continuity, and to make cash off of curiosity. Marvel has changed the face of reboots now by using them as a launching pad for their new shit characters and to make money off of issue number ones. DC has had more effective reboots, tweaking the status quo to make things make more sense and to appeal to fans more. They have also made good money doing it. Marvel took note of how much money they were making and wanted to make some sort of reboot to make some cash, so they did the same, again, for the money, not for the fans. The bottom line is Marvel has not done anything new at all. All they do is reskin characters and trick you into buying crap books that just make cold hard cash. They do not make new characters, and when they do, they don't get books or marketing enough for anything to come of them. They still have nothing without brand recognition, so instead of creating new characters or making true character development, most of the time they just resort to a reskin in order to try to make some money in a market that they know is slowly slipping through their fingers. But it's so the movies can develop to the new comics and the actors can be replaced when they get too old. Well, on a level this may be true, but if that's the case, it is not the most rational way of going about it. In the movie world, two countries are the real heavy hitters when it comes to film market. America, who may accept these changes but will be confused unless they make a drawn-out new origin for the replacement character, and the explanation of what happens to the old character, which would be very hard to do, and China. The thing about China is that they hate diversity in film. Let's look at the Chinese Force Awakens poster. Who is missing? That is right, Finn. And that's because China's kind of racist. In many ways, Finn also basically was cut out of The Force Awakens in the actual film. But if that's not enough evidence, then here's some more. War Machine is almost completely cut out of Iron Man 3. Wow, that really sucks that Disney, Marvel's parent company, would succumb to this racism and cut black characters and more diverse characters out of those films. But the fact of the matter is, Disney wants money. In America, they can sell diversity, so they do. In China, they can't, so they don't. Disney is a corporation. They care more about money than your feelings, than the fans' feelings, or anything. So at the end of the day, comics will be what a boardroom thinks they can sell. It is not about the characters making a statement, and it's not about what fans want. Each point presented proves this to be the definitive truth. And these new characters are barely anything more than crap clickbait made to take your money. Please, leave hate in the comments, dislike, and unsubscribe. Marvel is the king of shockers now, aren't they? This part should just be called Part 4, Part 2. But fuck it, whatever. Marvel just announced that this summer they will do a new series, or a mini-series, or an imprint of some sort called Marvel Generations. An anthology that tells new stories from various parts of Marvel, clones in a weird, probably badly written event, or most like a time travel event that is also likely to be poorly written, and will lead into Marvel's all-new relaunch of their titles. It is the same shit every year. Just you wait. By May we'll have a full announcement of what the event is. By June we'll hear of all the new relaunch titles, which definitely needed to be relaunched after 6 long issues. Anyhow, there's the update.